Shotton Colliery. Today we mark the 50th anniversary of the closure of Shotton Colliery's pit. The pit was sunk on the 18th of the 11th, 1840 and closed on the 1st of the 9th, 1972. Today's events are dedicated to the men, women and children who worked at the colliery over that period of time. Over my left shoulder you can see 98 black crosses in the ground. These crosses represent the miners that lost their lives working at the pit. The 16 white crosses are for the miners from Shotton Colliery that lost their lives at other pits they worked in. The 2 purple crosses are for the canaries and ponies that also perished in the mines. And now the band will play Gresford, and after Gresford the miners' hymn, we'll have a minute's silence. Please respect that. Thank you. Right, thank you for that. Very moving. Muriel, can you come forward now, please?
Welcome to you all here this morning, as I just want to open up with a few words to remind us all as we stand and gaze upon this pit wheel what it meant to us and our community. Amen.
Hey, round of applause. You let this down.
Hello everybody. First memories of coming to Shotton Pit was climbing the dizzy heights of the headgear to grease the spindles like the axles on one of these wheels. You could see Wheatley Hill tripping and everything from up there. Best not look down. Anyway, Shotton Pit was a real community pit. It was indeed central to the community of the village. The miners were mostly Shotton men and lads who knew each other and their wider families. I felt really comfortable and valued working underground here as a fitter. Many miners took the opportunity to move into a new modern house at Peterlee, reducing the numbers of colliery families in the village, but the underground camaraderie steadfastly remained.
Hello to you all. Thank you for the invite to speak on the pit closure's 50th anniversary. My memories, which are very special, of my childhood in the midst of the pit head and the massive pit heap. These pasties were famous. Fish and chips on Fridays, and to name a few delicacies that were there, Shotton Pit Canteen's famous date squares. The puddings and the custard, you can forget your cholesterol when you had that lot down there. On a Friday, and most of you will remember this during the childhood, my era, if we were off school, we used to go down with our mums to the pit office, which was just over there. And that was to collect your dad's pay. And as a speciality, once we got that, bit of money in our pocket, was up to Danny's caff, Danny Balder's service, for an ice cream or that famous Vimto. The pit gave all of us a good living, including the businesses, the pubs, and also the, if you can remember it, we used to call it the Choot, where we used to go down, play our billiards and snooker, mix with other miners, other people from the village. It was great. What a miss that is.
Thanks ever so much, Stephen, and thanks very much, Ivan, and all the speakers who've shared some past memories of Shotton Colliery. I want to pay a tribute to Alan Margam from the Durham Miners Association. It's an honour to have him here, and I want to recognise the really important work that Durham miners do, not just in maintaining the Durham Miners Gala, but in looking after retired members and their families. It's really important work, and it's great that you could join us today, Alan. Thanks very much. But we're here to remember the men and boys who worked at Shotton Colliery during its 132 years. I can't claim to have worked at Shotton Colliery, but my mum's brother, Michael Andrew Willis, did work at Shotton. And my memory is one Saturday morning in the 1960s, I had my first shower at the new Shotton Pithead baths, because lots of the pits roundabout didn't have pithead baths. My Uncle Andrew worked at Deaf Hill, and he had to come home in pit black. You know, that was a treat. Looking back from 1840 to 1972, the coal from our community, from Shotton, powered the Industrial Revolution, fueled the engines of industry through 2 world wars. And let's not forget, it's the foundation on which much of our great country's wealth and prosperity was built.
Thank you very much. I think that deserves a round of applause.